guys, 2 minutes on for qualifying. Good luck, everybody.
Live.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to OBRL's coverage of Martinsville Speedway and the Metro Ford Cup. Well, the Grand National Series, actually. It's not the Metro Ford Cup. That's on Sunday. Yeah. Who am I kidding? Hey, it's Wayne Owens here alongside Andy DeLay. We're back here again, once again, to hang out with all of you lovely people on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, wherever you might be finding this at. Hopefully you'll stop in and chat with us for a little bit here. And tonight, Andy, 180 laps around Martinsville Speedway, the 3/4 miler. And I'll tell you what, this setup is rather unique tonight.
Yeah, it is unique. The setup being what's in the car. Wayne says it's loose. I say the dang thing drives like a truck. You definitely can't charge in deep into the turn here. If you do, you're going to pay for it by denting the front of your car and the outside wall. You have to back up your turns here. You have to feather the throttle through the middle of the turn and then off. And right now, folks, just so you know, everyone is out qualifying. And so far, Kevin Cornelius in that number 17 car is turned up. He's got the pole at 23.85, Wayne.
Yep, Kevin Cornelius running top door right now. Eddie Jones not too far behind him, only about, give or take about 8/100ths of a second difference back there to 24.68. It looks like, based on the way most drivers are running their qualifying here, and even what we saw in practice, they've had to adjust the brake bias a little bit in the car. They've had to do a few other things, including the sway bars as well. But once most of these guys got their cars dialed in, Andy, they were looking pretty solid, and we're seeing that in qualifying right now.
Yeah, and of course you're in the league here. OBRL is known for green flag racing. Can they do it at Martinsville, though? That's the question.
That is indeed the question. I have a feeling we're going to probably find out the hard way once we drop the green flag here, because there are 40 cars tonight, Andy. And at a short track like Martinsville, and we've seen this in the Real Life Cup Series and the Grand and the Nationwide, or what was Nationwide, now Xfinity Series, we've seen what 40 to 43 cars on a short track like Martinsville can do. And sometimes good, most times not so good.
Yeah, and especially if you're at the end of the field, because you are almost half a lap or more down at the green flag if you're at the rear of the field. So you got to get up and go, and that means you got to push those tires just to make sure that you stay on the lead lap.
Exactamundo. Well, I'll tell you what, Kevin Cornelius still holding top tour right now as far as our pole sitter goes here for qualifying. Eddie Jones still holding second. Kevin Rupert, though, moved his way up to third with a 25.21. Most of these guys are turning 20-second laps here. Even good old Coco Puffs. He's back there. Wait a minute. Coco told us he wasn't going to turn a qualifying lap tonight.
Yeah, that's right. He told us before we went live here that he was an IPL hell. And Wayne, you want to tell him what that is?
So IPL hell, actually, technically, this is more up Andy's alley. IPL incidents per lap, where you can only have X amount of incidents per lap in a single race before you're actually black flagged by the admins. And then after so many incidents per lap in so many races, you then end up in IPL hell, which at that point in time can get you either a few more races or, in Andy's case, suspended for one race and then given an opportunity to come back and try and reduce your IPL. But too many further IPL incidents could actually, I think, end up getting you ejected from the league.
Oh, look who just took the pole so far.
Well, looky
Patrick
there. Metro Ford's own Patrick Milligan. Okay. All right, Patrick, we see you, bud.
But not by much. He has Kevin Cornelius by, what is that?
1/100th of a second.
That's crazy. Milligan turns a 20.375. Cornelius a 20.385. Folks, that's a bumper.
That's actually more than a bumper. That's these guys are literally side by side, probably like just probably like a tick's hair of a nose off of being a tiebreaker race at that point.
Man, I thought you were going to say something else.
Hey, you know what? Just because I give you hell during Burning Rubber on Tuesday doesn't mean I keep it clean elsewhere, you know?
Oh, I hear you, man. I hear you.
I mean,
So-
after all, I work in tech support. I have to keep it clean.
Yeah, I understand that. Well, it looks like we've had 23 of the racers now taking qualifying laps here. You know, our fastest, Patrick Milligan, right as of this second, 20.375. The slowest out there is a 20.984. Not even a second between the first and the last.
Exactly. But you know what? One thing I noticed too, and this might be why Coco went ahead and turned a lap, so he could make sure his was going to be the slowest qualifying lap out there. But then again, too, the other thing as well for a lot of folks who may be new to the OBRL is that your triple-digit cars, so Joseph Mahar, Dustin Lowerty, we've got Charles Eaton, and Terry Atwood, all of those guys in triple digits, they are not eligible to qualify. However, I do see here, too, that Chad Schilling, who is a triple digit, he actually did turn a qualifying lap, so that is going to earn him. That is going to earn him an end of longest line penalty at the start of the race.
It may end up getting him a boot.
Yeah, because that's actually not the first time we've seen him turn a qualifying lap. If I'm not mistaken, we saw him turn a qualifying lap last week as well at Dover.
Wow. We'll see what OBRL has to do about that. I'm sure Chad Schilling's like, thanks a lot, you big mouth Wayne Owens, for pointing out that I took a qualifying lap, but hey, it is what it is. And I just wonder one thing, and I'll wonder out loud, the 159 of Terry Atwood, I wonder if he is related somehow to Casey Atwood, one of the old timers in the Busch series.
You know what? It might be probable, but that'll be a discussion for another day, too. Oh, and by the way, too, guys, for those hanging out in the chat with us as well, we're sitting and talking to, actually sent out a message here to Chris Scales from iRacers Lounge, who also is here tonight with us in the OBRL. And we are going to be starting to set plans for our lovely Burning Rubber Radio OBRL versus iRacers Lounge charity race, hopefully tonight.
And I want to throw Bobby Dale Earnhardt Legacy Esports into that mix, because we're going to bring some cash to the mix.
That we are, and we're gonna make this a fun deal for everybody. You know what? Something I wouldn't mind seeing happen. I doubt we'll be able to pull it off, but you know what? I might talk to our boy Fast Pasta, Anthony Alfredo, see if we can get him involved.
You don't think? I'm sure that Fast Pasta will come out here and run with us. I'm gonna get also. You can bet that I will get Joey Coulter out here running with us.
That wouldn't be bad either. All right, guys. So as it sits right now, we're about a minute and a half away from qualifying ending, and looks like 27 legal drivers took time. 28th driver, as we saw, that took time that shouldn't have. And on that note here, Patrick Milligan still holding the top spot at a 23.75. And I'll tell you what, the closer we get to the end of qualifying here, if nobody else is going to be turning laps that wants to, I think we're going to talk to Patrick for a little bit and congratulate him as a pole sitter.
Hold on a second, man. Before you pull Patrick down, let's pull Chad Schilling in here and ask him what the heck he's thinking.
Probably not a good idea. No. We'll let the mule handle him in the woodshed later, because I guarantee it's probably going to happen. I can almost guarantee it's going to happen later in the woodshed. He'll probably get a talking to, and you know what? That's the breaks. You know, it's the way things go sometimes. But where is our boy Patrick Milligan here? Let's see.
Number 38.
Hey, Patrick Milligan, Wayne and Andy in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
How are you guys?
Hey, pole sitter for tonight's race, my man. How's it feel? 1/100th of a second quicker than Kevin Cornelius.
Yeah, it was pretty good. You know, it's this track, you have to be pretty consistent throughout the whole thing, so we'll see how it plays.
Well, me and Andy were talking about it here real quick before we get you to grid up. We were talking about it. One of us felt like it was too tight. One felt like it was too loose. Where are you at on it?
seems to be loose down the straightaway and tight around 5/8, right around exit from.
Okay. All right. So a little bit of both. All right. Well, on that note here, Patrick, we'll go ahead and let you get gridded up here, buddy. Have a great race, my man.
Hey, 10-4, thank you guys.
Thanks, buddy. All right, guys. Patrick Milligan there, tonight's pole sitter for the Metro Ford at Grant National Series from the Martinsville Speedway. While these guys get gridded up here, we're going to take 30 seconds and pretty much be quiet for a little bit here, guys.
Thunderstorms.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, back here at Martinsville Speedway, Wayne Owens, Andy DeLay, the Metro Ford Grand National Series, Martinsville Speedway, 180 laps around this little over 3/4 mile. Beautiful short track here, Andy. And you know what? The funny thing is, and we didn't talk about this too either, Martinsville has a history known as the paperclip.
Yeah, that's right. It's a big flat paper clip. But talking of before we go green, Chad Schilling, he's already been issued the black flag. So his race is almost done before it gets going.
Yep, he's already going to be a lap down, if not more. I had a feeling he was going to either be issued a black flag or an EOL penalty, one of the two. But the great thing is now these guys are gridded up, and Princess Crystal hanging out on YouTube with us tonight. Hello, darling. I hope you're well.
Hey, Princess.
And lights are already off on the pace car here, so luckily when they grid up at Martinsville,
boy.
they don't take very much of a warm-up lap as far as this is concerned. They're already coming through the back straightaway here. Patrick Milligan on the top side of things here, and we're going to get ready to do this thing up right, Andy.
Yes, we are. Lights are out on the pace car coming through turn one, and these guys are nose to tail, real tight here as we listen to Steve Thompson, making sure everyone tightens everything up here. We're half a lap from green, buddy.
Half a lap from green, and the pace car is going to go ahead and make that hard left-hand turn into the entrance of pit road. Patrick Milligan and Kevin Cornelius, your front row. And we're getting ready to come down to the green flag, waiting for the flag signal here. Green is in the air. We are underway. 180 laps at Martinsville.
Yeah, everyone's tight going into turn one. The number 14, Kevin Jones, up hard underneath the leader here, Patrick Milligan. Milligan pulls out to about a 1 car length lead, and it's closed up in turn number 4 by Kevin Cornelius.
Cornelius definitely does tighten it up here, and it looks like these guys are going to stall single file here for the top 5. And as we watch them all go around here one more time, actually, it looked like Netcode caution is on the speedway already. Let's see who we have that may have gotten involved. Okay, well, who is that? Dan Berghoff. Looks like the number 18 of Berghoff here. We're going to try and run the replay here up in the booth. By the way, guys, we have heard your comments. We are working on getting cameras where you guys can see them live on the broadcast as we're doing things here. Right now, that is still being tested, so please do be patient with us. We love you guys very much. All right, so let's see how this incident played out on the replay monitor here. Berghoff coming past the start-finish line. Actually, no, this was a wreck that involved a lot of people a lot sooner. Who is that? That is Ken Schultz.
Oh, wow.
And it looks like Eric Esri. Yeah, it was Esri.
Wow.
Okay, so we found it here.
Winner.
Yeah, last week's winner at Dover, Eric Esri, the number 27 Dr. Pepper Chevy Camaro here, coming past the start-finish line into 1, and he gets woed up way super tight and corners it right as he comes into number 1 there, and that gathers up at least 4, if not 5 cars.
All right. It looks like, let's see here. I can't tell if we got the 18 taking the pit stop right now. A few other cars in pits. The lights are still on the pace car as the lap cars are able to come in now, take their service. And we still have Patrick Milligan in first, Kevin Cornelius second, Ed Jones third, and fourth, Michael Berger fifth, Ed Adams, and sixth, Diddy Watts.
Yep, our good buddy Mike Watts fifth, Chris Scales sixth, Kevin Rupert running in eighth right now here, Ben Shepard, the 69 machine, in ninth, and Joel Tex Kilburn running in 10th as it sits right now. And it looks like we've got Dan Berghoff coming off pit road after getting some service on that car, fixing up as much the damage as humanly possible. The thing about Martinsville, and knowing that you have to loop all the way around pit road here, it's got a singular entrance, but 2 rounds of pit stalls. If your pit stall is on the far end of the back straightaway, you're going to have a loop around for just a little while there, and you've got to make sure to not stay in pit road for too long. Otherwise, you are going to fall a lap down to the leaders.
In a heartbeat. That's the thing about Martinsville. Whatever you do, you're going to fall a lap down. So it is imperative that you stay on the lead lap here because things can get out of hand and away from you very quickly. I'm thinking we may see the lights go off on the pace car as it comes out of turn 3 towards the start finish line, and nope, we're going to go around it. Yes, the lights are out.
yeah. That's one thing about the pace car on any track in iRacing. There's usually a little bit of a delay on the lights going out, so typically it gets about 100 feet from the start finish line before the lights actually do go out here. So lights are out on the pace car here. They're going to line up side by side. Milligan and Cornelius first and second once again. Eddie Jones in third. Michael Berger in fourth. And Ed Adams rounding out the top 5 here. And we're going to see the pace car make that hard left-hand turn down pit road. Green flag back in the air here at Martinsville.
All right. And as we got Patrick Milligan, he is side by side with Kevin Cornelius as they go through turn 1, turn 2, and down the backstretch. Now it's Milligan again. He's going to take the advantage.
Yep, Milligan does have the advantage, probably by maybe by a full car length now over our second place runners here. Eddie Jones, as we're watching him right now, he's coming to the inside, turns 1 and 2 here, and he's going to make a pass for second now over Kevin Cornelius.
And one thing I should point out, the number 25 of Michael Berger, he's got some damage on that right front, that passenger side front, but it shouldn't mean anything here at Martinsville where the speeds don't get high enough for aerodynamics to come into play.
Luckily, you're right. Yeah, speeds don't play that big of a factor at all. Actually, if you see any speed at all from these guys, they literally top out at about 180 as they're going through the straights, and then they have to whoa it up real quick down to about 70, 80 miles an hour before they even do anything.
Yeah, you might take one of those 8s and 0s out there. It's about 118 to 122 getting down these front stretches. But, man, look at Patrick Milligan now. He's out to about a 10-car length lead.
He is definitely out to a pretty far lead here. We're seeing another car coming down pit road here, Andy. Not sure exactly who that is, but looking at things here, and we're seeing Kevin Cornelius actually also got passed up as well here, and it looks like not Eddie Jones. That is Ed Adams, who was back in 5th, made a nice pass for second, probably, I'd say, about a lap and a half ago.
Yeah, man, he is really pushing it. Now, as we look at Patrick here, OBRL, long run league, with him out that far, is he going to burn his tires up?
Well, you know what? When we talked to him earlier, he made mention that the setup was pretty loose on entry into the straights, and then gets real tight as you go through the exit of the corner there. So you have to wonder, is he really burning up the tires, or is he using smart strategy and trying to just get as far out there as possible and then coast a little bit so that he doesn't burn them off?
Well, I don't know, because Ed Adams, it looks like he's starting to reel him in a little bit as Adams himself.
And caution on the Speedway. And I think I see who we have here. It looks like it might have been Dustin Laherty. I'm going to do a little bit of a rewind on the old replay camera here. And, yeah, it's going to be Laherty here. And coming out of 4 across the start-finish line, he gets way loose and into the inside wall. And he nicks it just enough that race control says, nope, bring it out.
Yep. So caution's out again as everyone catches the pace car here, which is coming out of turn number 4. down the front stretch. Everyone gets woed up here. So now pit road's going to be open for the leaders on the lead lap. I'm sure we're going to have some takers, Wayne.
I can pretty much guarantee you we're probably going to see some takers. Patrick took a pit stop on the last time around, so I doubt we'll see it this time for him. But depending upon how much, like you were saying, if those tires have been used up a little bit, it's very possible he may come down and take another run as well. No, he fakes an entry
He did.
to pit road.
Trying to get Ed Adams to commit with the old fakeroo.
Yeah, he tried the fakerooski, and it didn't work out so well for him there. Adams, the fact is these guys are so close behind one another that, you know, that little bit of strategy, you're going to notice that. And with Martinsville, you don't have much room to change, but in the same right, you can still fake somebody out very, very easily.
Exactly right. And it looks like Terry Casey Atwood may have entered the pits a little early here, so he'll probably have to fall back to the end of the longest line.
Let's see. All right, so let's see what we've got here. Yeah.
Looks like he came back in. No, that's Dustin Laherty. Excuse me.
Yeah, and it looks like Crisco's actually already disconnected for the night as well, too. So apparently the damage he had from that first caution did him in, and didn't turn out so well for his night, but it's okay. It happens to the best of us. It is Martinsville after all. You definitely cannot be expected to always have a great day here.
Oh, no. In Martinsville, Bristol, especially in iRacing, it's going to be a sewer show for sure.
Yep, that it is. And one thing with Martinsville, too, and this is one thing I was telling Andy about, too, before the race got started, is with Martinsville, usually one thing you can expect about this racetrack is it's going to be wreckers and checkers 9 times out of 10. But with the OBRL, typically it's clean and green the whole way. Martinsville, though, so far, proving to be otherwise so far.
Yeah, we kind of called that before the race tonight, Wayne. You and I said, I think we're going to see some yellows, and you're right.
All right, guys.
Mm-hmm. Yep, 2 cautions already in 20
They're
laps.
about ready to go green.
They are about ready to go green here. Pace car making that hard left-hand turn down the pit straightaway. And we're going to see Patrick Milligan coming back around once again here. Ed Adams is going to start on his outside. Green flag back in the air. Let's see what happens with Adams and Milligan as they come through 1 and 2 right now. And it looks like Patrick is going to get a nice, clean start off of there. And Kevin Cornelius even tried to sneak in there to the inside a little bit, but Larson's like, I don't think so.
That's right. Larson takes a look to the inside of Milligan, but says, nope, I don't think so right now. So falls back in behind, but looks like he keeps wanting to take a look as they go down to the turn 1, and out of 2, he does. He gets inside.
Larson deep inside, and he is going to see it in the back straightaway here as we come into 3, and we're going to see a new leader for just a moment. Can Milligan do it? No, it is going to be Larson Adams. He's going to hold the lead coming around past the start-finish line this time. Caution out once again.
And you know what? Milligan went all the way back to 3rd. Kevin Cornelius followed Adams through and got past Milligan's, but it's all for naught. And we got folks sitting down there in turn 3, it looks like, up against the wall, Wayne.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a good beat on who caused that wreck that time around here. Let's see. My replay cam is not wanting to play too nice with me right now here. Who was that involved? Okay, let's go ahead and do a little fast forward action here through the race field. Okay, so we actually had a couple of guys getting squirrely long before. Looks like it might have been the number 8 machine here, Andy. Oh, and even Coco got involved in this one.
Oh no, Coco, who's an IPL hell.
Let's see if he was the start of it, though. No, he just got a little bump. So, no, his IPL should hold up okay.
No, if he got a bump, he got a 4X.
No, we'll see what happens here. So, let's see. Watching Chris Scales now as he's coming through the corner. Nope, and it looks like the 86 was the incident machine here that went around. That'll be the 80s. Let's see, who is the 80s? Peter Norquay. All right, so Norquay in the 86 machine. Let's go ahead and take a look on the replay cam here. By the way, guys, again, for those watching on YouTube, the replay cam is not something that is live at the moment. We are working on getting some beautiful broadcast footage updated for you here. Myself and Peter have been doing a lot of work on it here. But yeah, it looks like the 86 machine of Norquay goes around, and oh my goodness, he went around right in the middle of the corner, which literally just hawed 7 different cars, Andy. They had to whoa up so fast. A few of them are probably going to have a few incident points on that one.
I've never heard of a Sorry, Wayne.
Well, I mean, hey, after all, this is a southern racetrack, so we gotta have a little hee-haw.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh my gosh, that's some good stuff, man. We got Buck Owens down there playing the guitar.
That's something.
Anyway.
My goodness. Oh, this is good stuff. I love this. Friday nights, guys. I tell you what. The funny thing is, and we talked about it back on Tuesday's show too, is the fact is we're still technically competing right now, ourselves and Cocoa Puffs and Ken Schultz on the Wednesday broadcast here, as far as who has the most entertaining broadcast of the week. And last I heard, we were on top by a lot from some people, including Steve Thompson.
Ain't no way we can be any better than Coco out there smoking like a chimney.
I don't know. From what Steve Thompson said, we were doing pretty good. He'll go back and listen to the replay of the broadcast. Pace car though coming down pit road. Ed Adams, and it looks like the 17 machine of Kevin Cornelius is going to start 1-2 here, and we're going to wait for the green flag to go in the air. Green back in the air here at Martinsville.
As they come across the start-finish line, and wow, Adams seems to get an inside. He started on the inside, but he gets a nice little jump coming out of turn 2. But man, the 17 of Kevin Cornelius got way tight, which opens the door. Patrick Milligan takes a look.
Yeah, Patrick Milligan did take a look. However, it was to no avail, though. He got shut down by Cornelius, though. Ed Adams now out to about a 2.5 car length lead right now over Cornelius in second.
And Cornelius, he has about 2 cars over Milligan. Right now is for the first time, the folks up front at least are starting to get in line single file here and maybe get into a rhythm, Wayne.
Yeah, I think we're finally starting to get into a little bit of a rhythm here. But we're riding around now in 11th position now with Jim Westerfield here, kind of keeping an eye on a few things here as we're going along here. Westerfield now on the outside of George Balance Jr., trying to see what he can make for a little bit of wiggle room there. But Balance is going to cut him off right as they come off turn number 4 past the start-finish line here. Lap 30 now up.
That's right, and Joel Kilburn, he's back there in a nice little battle for the 7th place with Michael Berger. Those guys racing side by side. But they fall back into line here. Well, maybe not as they come into turn 4.
Yeah, and it looks like we're seeing Peter Norquay now coming back on the track, Andy. But I'll tell you what, that 86 Chevy Camaro, actually, never mind. He's going to come back down pit road once again. That Tim Hortons Chevy Camaro looks like it is severely beat up.
Yep, stick a fork in him. He is done.
Well, maybe not necessarily done, but he'll be able to get some laps, but he's going to be severely behind the rest of the field for sure.
Well, if we go back to second, Kevin Cornelius is feeling the heat here from Patrick Milligan. There's less than a car length between the two of them as they come to turn 3, and Patrick pulls right up to the bumper in turn 4 of Cornelius, and as we watch, about 6 to 7 car lengths between Ed Larson and Cornelius.
And also a little further back in the field here, Steve the Mule Thompson, Andy, he's surprising us on the short tracks. He is currently sitting in 12th position right now as he comes past the start-finish line, actually now coming through 3 and 4 this time by once again.
And, he started way back in the field, Wayne, so, he's doing what he did last week, starting towards the back and marching towards the front.
And the interesting thing with Steve's car as well, too, is he's got some left rear damage. The left rear fender is completely bent inwards on that Toyota Camry. So his car aerodynamically probably is pushing a little bit more into the turns than most cars would at full strength.
Oh, man, I just see that Cocoa Puffs, he has left. He has pulled into the garage area, and when on his way out of the track, he had 2 middle fingers in the air. So I don't think he's real happy.
No, Coco not too happy about something here. I'll tell you what, let's see if we can possibly drag old Coco into somewhere here. I'm going to try and find him unless he's already left.
Hopefully he hadn't rage quit.
No, he did. He actually completely left the radio in the car. He said, "No, I'm done. Screw y'all."
Yeah, dropped the F-bomb and left the track.
He did something. He wasn't too thrilled about getting caught up in that last incident. And, I mean, honestly, I don't blame him because that was a major whoa up.
Yeah, that surely was. Hey, if you take a look though, Larson, he's going to be passing the end of the field here very shortly.
Yeah, we kind of imagined once they got out to a nice clean green run that we would see some lap cars coming around eventually here. Actually, we've already got several that are a lap down or more here. Terry Atwood especially in the 159, the first car 1 lap down. So if we do get another caution, he'll be eligible as the lucky dog that time around. Now, on the tail end of the longest line right now, Joseph Mahar, though, 17 seconds behind the rest of the field.
Yeah, and old Terry Casey Atwood here, the lucky dog, they're going to fight for it because it's between him and the 25 of Douglas Hess right now. And I can't even tell really how far apart they are back there. I'm trying to get a look.
Let's take a look-see here. If we look to Hess and then look to Atwood, literally Hess is right there on his back door as far as Atwood is concerned here as they come through 3 and 4 right now. And Atwood is keeping the door pretty firmly shut on him as they go through back out of 3 and 4 now across the start-finish line.
And Ed Larson, he's already started putting folks a lap down right now as everybody's trying to negotiate lap traffic.
That they are, and lap traffic, that's one thing too about the OBRL that I like when reading their rule charter. And it clearly states that if you're a lap down at that point and you see leaders coming up to battle for position, just get to the high side, let them by. Don't cause the issues that don't need to be caused.
That's right. And as I was told, just get the hell out of the way.
Burning rubber, baby.
Man, Norquay got in front of the leader here and almost caused a problem. It looks like Adams put a butt to him, but everyone gets through without a problem. No, Norquay comes back in front. Oh, my gosh. Almost wrecked second place Cornelius.
Oh, that would not have been good. And I guarantee you Norquay's probably going to be seen in the woodshed a little later on tonight.
I'm sorry. That was Dustin Lottery, the number 173. Excuse my mess up there. So that's a newbie. That's a 3-number guy. I'm sure he will get spanked for that move.
Yep. Well, and that's one thing that's fun about the woodshed too, and this is something else that I've noticed as well, is the woodshed. It's funny because when we started calling races here with the Old Bastards Racing League, we thought the woodshed was the admin shed, and come to find out the woodshed is where drivers go in and slug it out. The old-fashioned boys have at it.
That's right. They can go in there and throw fists and F-bombs at each other, and all's fair.
All's fair in love and war.
That's right. So, all right, we're working lap 47, soon to be 48, as the leader comes to the start-finish line. Our leader, of course, Ed Adams. Somebody's upset. Number 37 just drops an SHIT word, and who would that be?
That is David Rogerson here. We're going to try and figure out
where's he at?
Rogerson, it looks like he went back to the garage area, Andy. I do not see him on track any. Oh, no. I see what happened here. He got severely woed up and actually literally got run into by the number 2 machine of Thomas Allman.
Oh, wow. Okay.
From the looks of it here. Now, no caution is on the Speedway yet because of this. But looking here, let's see who is involved with that as well. Chris Sawalich in the waste management numbers 06 machine here. It looks like coming into, I couldn't tell, it looks like coming into 4. Yeah, actually, no, coming into one, matter of fact. Sawalich woes up in the corner like he needs to behind that triple-digit Charmin car, one of the rookies, and it looked like that triple-digit guy woed up way too soon as well. So Sawalich gets in it, and we've got multiple IPL getting issued on that one.
Woohoo! We kind of figured that before this goes, and temper's starting to flare, which is going to happen at Martinsville.
That is indeed. Tempers are indeed going to flare at Martinsville. We expect no less from these guys. And I'll tell you what, Martinsville, I'm not going to lie when I say this. I've not always been a huge fan of short tracks, especially Martinsville. Richmond, though, I will say is probably my more favorite of the two short tracks that we see here on the series.
Yeah, and I like them both. I run well at both, and I got my first win ever in iRacing back in 2009 at Richmond, so it holds a place in my heart.
Ah, there you go. Yeah, well, Richmond too is, and that's one other thing too that we didn't tell folks about, and those who have been around NASCAR for quite some time. When it comes to Martinsville too, and this is another unique factoid that literally throws a monkey wrench into everything here. Martinsville is half paved, half asphalt. So you're going to see asphalt in the lower ends of the corners. You're going to see, pavement in the lower ends of the corners, and half asphalt at the top end of the corner, but the rest of it is all asphalt.
And of course, everyone out there listening live right now are looking at each other and going, "What the?" No, he means that it's partially concrete in the turns and asphalt pavement.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah. Forgive me. My brain is clear off in burning rubber baby land.
It's all good, man.
I can't help but get that out of my head now that I've said that, because a lot of people don't know this, or those that have listened to Burning Rubber Radio, and we love her to death. Natalie Decker, she gave us one of the best Burning Rubber Babies we've ever had on the show, but we used it as a troll against Andy, since he raced originally in this very series, where if people passed him, Steve the Mule Thompson was going to use this as a sound effect and would come over to the radio and it'd be like, "Burning Rubber Baby."
Man, you do it exactly like she does.
Oh, shut up!
All right. Anyway, back to the track. We still have Ed Larson. He's about a second and a half out in front. Whoa, of our Larson. Man, he's battling with the number 18. The 18 trying not to go a lap down, and that's going to be
Number 18 machine. That is Dan Berghoff.
Berghoff. Man, he is not going to give up. And it looks like Larson going into one tries to set up Berghoff, but nope, Berghoff says, "You ain't getting around me, Bubba."
Well, he tried. Actually, no. Larson had a good run on him there to try and put him a lap down. Got down deep into the inside. He just couldn't get the pass off before he had to hit on the brakes there coming into the corner. As they come through 3 and 4 now, though, Berghoff still ahead of him by about, give or take, about a car length and a half here from going a lap down.
It's actually, he's going to try not to go 3 laps down, I guess, because he's showing 2 laps down as it is right now. So I don't know why he's sweating Adams as much as he is, because he is in no way anything near the lucky dog.
Yeah, he's nowhere near the lucky dog. So, yeah, again, I'm very surprised to see him actually racing to hold on to position here as we see, looks like the number 45 machine coming down off of pit road, George Balance Jr., looks like he had just gone in for a little bit of service and go here, but he's going to fall another lap down now to the leaders as well during green flag pit stops.
That's right. And the leaders should be starting to come in here within, I'd say, 10 to 15 laps, as they only run 60% of a normal fuel load here. But I tell you what, that 18 is sweating Larson, and that has allowed Milligan to pull right up on the bumper of Adam, bringing Cornelius with him.
Yep, they have indeed brought Cornelius right along with him here. And whoa!
Oh,
We are seeing miles around. Larson, oh my goodness. 159 machine. Oh my goodness. The 159, Terry Atwood gets around, and oh my goodness. That was one that was for the record books, and we saw that as it was happening, following these guys around. Berghoff, I think Berghoff, he got a little too cocky there and brought
Yeah.
it down to the inside here. And Adams is like, you know what? I'm done. Get out of my way, son.
However, Patrick Milligan definitely pancakes the wall here as everyone heads into pit road. Everybody taking 4 in a full tank of fuel here, but man, hopefully that didn't knock anything out of alignment here on Milligan's car.
Well, we're gonna hope not. Actually, I'll tell you what, that was a rough one here. But with caution on the speedway here, we're gonna see the leaders come down pit road. Ed Adams was in for service here, and now back out on the track. Well, actually, no, he is coming. Yeah, he is down on pit road right now here. The replay camera, guys in the truck. You didn't fast forward quick enough. Oh, it's fun to pick on the guys in the truck. We love them.
All right, Milligan, he's got that first box here. And he's going to come out first. He doesn't take any repairs. Man, Ed Adams, where is he?
Ed Adams is just now coming off of pit road, and he is going to be. Looks like he is going to be behind. It. Wow, actually no. Steve Thompson just passed him out during caution.
And then Adams must have got a piece of that wreck.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm thinking Adams got something in there. Let's see if we can't possibly get a hold of Ed Adams here, man, because
he's just falling down through the lineup, man, all the way back to 12th.
Definitely. So, Ed Adams, Wayne and Andy in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Oh, I sure do.
Oh, that wreck was something, wasn't it? I think was it you just telling Berghoff to buzz off?
Sure as hell wanted to, but we have a rule here about the driver, so I was keeping my mouth shut, dude. But when I counted a dozen times he cut my nose off, let's just say I was a little.
But the problem is you have fallen back all the way to 12th. What happened? Did you get a part of that?
Well, in our rules, if you turn somebody or even think you breathed on them to turn them, you got to serve an SPP or you stand on losing all of your points for that race. So I'm just doing the safe thing and putting myself in the back.
That's
in other words,
self-policing rule.
Yep, self-policing rule or self-imposed black flag without actually having the admins cover it.
And yeah, it's race has been going really, really good so far. Car was excellent, so I don't want to focus on that. You know, lap cars were doing great up to that point, but that was unnecessary. The blocking that was going on to try to stay on the lead lap with 3/4 of the race left to go. That was.
All right, they're going green.
Second gear going green.
Yep, they are. Ed, we're going to let you back to it, buddy. Have a great rest of your race, man. All right, and you know what, Andy? I just got word from race control. Actually, I found out why Peter is no longer on track. He got disqualified by race control.
Oh, my Lord. So he had over 9 incident points, which means boop, the game kicked you.
Yep, and on that note, it's a shame, too, but what can you do? Oh, and the 67 of Steve Thompson is around in turn number 4.
Oh, but he manages not to hit anything.
Well, caution out on the speedway once again. Oh, my.
And did Ed Adams get caught up in that?
No, I don't think Ed got caught up in it here. We're going to take a look at the replay real fast here and see what happened with Steve Thompson here. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, Steve got a little squirrely coming into 3 there. He makes contact with the number 12, Raging Cajun Eddie Jones, and he gets around. Nope, luckily the lead. Whoa, actually, he makes. Oh, my goodness. Steve made contact with 2 other cars there. We're going to try and get numbers on those here. Looks like he made contact with the 85 machine, which we've talked about quite a bit tonight, the 86 of Norquay. He makes contact with Norquay here and also makes contact with that 35 machine of Jim Westerfield. So both of those guys are going to have some severe damage.
Yeah, and Steve pays the price hard, falling all the way back to the 21st position, a lap down.
Yeah, and we're looking at it here. Actually, I'm getting word from race control. Steve just got disqualified.
Nobody better talk trash to me Tuesday night.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's see if we can grab Steve Thompson here. Hey, Steve, it's Wayne and Andy in the booth. You got a copy, buddy? Steve
Nope,
Thompson, Wayne and Andy in the booth. You got a copy, buddy? Hey, Steve Thompson, Wayne and Andy in the booth. You got us, buddy? No, I think it's safe to say Steve jumped out of the car and he's like, nope, bye, see ya.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And that is one of the things that about the league here, man. You get 9 incident points and you're automatically booted. There's nobody booting you. It is the sim that boots you. So that every time you touch another car, you touch the wall, that's 4 incident points. So you get 2 times touching another car. The third time, see.
Yep, exactly. Well, and actually, contact with the wall, from what I've noticed, unless it's modified here in the OBRL, usually contact with the wall only gets you either a 0 or a 1x as far as incident points go. So that gives you a little bit of room for error in most cases. But yes, contact with other vehicles, intentional wrecking, things like that, that's going to get you a 4x every time.
That's right. And so our leader now is Kevin Cornelius with Patrick Milligan in second. Lights are off on the pace car. We're going to go racing.
Yep, it is time to go back racing here at Martinsville. Lap 74, pace cars in. We're going to see Kevin Cornelius taking the inside line. Patrick Milligan going outside this time around. And coming out turn number 4 right now, waiting for the green flag to drop. Green is back in the air. We're back here at Martinsville Speedway. Lap 74 in the books, 75 now. Milligan to the outside, but Cornelius is like, I'm running inside, and I'm not going to let you through me.
That's right, but it looks like Cornelius is going to pull in front of Milligan here going into turn 3. And Milligan, no, he says it's time to race, okay? He tries to take the outside of Cornelius, but it doesn't work.
Nope, he tried the outside line, so he's like, okay, that's not going to work. So, hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and make a thing happen here. We're going to ride the inside line along with you. Eventually, I'm going to find a way to pass you.
That's right. Milligan, well, he decided, all right, we'll fall in line here. Still plenty of racing to go. And we go all the way back. We have to get back to, I do believe, 7th place before we see anything 2x2.
Yeah, look, actually not even in that now. We're going all the way back to 9th and 10th position. Ed Adams is going to be...
he's on his way towards the front.
He is making a move up. He just got by Boy Toy Troy for 9th position here. And it looks like he's going to try and make a move for that 8th position as well here, Andy.
Yeah, I don't count him out. He may be back a little bit, but he just took the position, and he is now headed, he got his sights on 7th.
Yeah, he has got his sight on Kevin Rupert right now as it sits here. 8th place as he comes across the start-finish line here, and I'll tell you what, you're right, he's on the move. He's not going to let anything stop him from getting back up towards the front in this race.
No, not at all. Everybody else may be falling back into a rhythm, but
and caution on the speedway. Let's see who we got that went around this time. Oh, let's see. Oh, it looks like we have Schilling that may have been involved in something. His rear end is completely bumped in here, and we're gonna replay this here and see what we've got. Yeah, Schilling coming across the start-finish line into 1, and all of a sudden, oh my goodness, he is jetted across into the inside retaining wall here. There, I can't think of a better word to use for it. I could not think of a better word to use for that. Schilling, I mean, he was launched. There you go. That's a better phrasing for that one. Trying to see who it was that actually jetted him up there. It looks like it's Bruce Pearson in the 22 machine. He just totally launches him into the outside retaining wall there, bringing out our next caution.
Wow, and it looks like the number 25, is he taking the wave around? It looks like he is. That's going to be Douglas Hess right now taking the wave around, or the lucky dog, excuse me.
Yep, that'll be the lucky dog. The wave around will come around on the next lap for any drivers that will qualify for that. These guys are going to line it up here, and we're going to take just a couple of seconds, reset, refocus, and we are going to get ready to come back here in just about 30 seconds. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here at Martinsville Speedway for the Old Bastards Racing League in the Metro Ford Grand National Series, running 180 laps here at Martinsville. Currently, your leader sits as Kevin Cornelius running in second. Patrick Milligan, Ben Shepard, who we haven't talked much about tonight, Andy, is up in third right now, just in front of Eddie Ragin, Cajun Jones, and Mike 50 Watts. Round out your top five.
That's right. And there you go, all 15th place, everyone's a lap down and more. Right now, I do believe that we've had at least a quarter of the field has been disqualified and given the boot. So I wonder how many cars we're going to have at the end of this, Wayne.
I'm curious to know here. In fact, actually, we have Haley Mahar hanging out with us in chat right now over on Facebook Watch. Right now, her man, Joseph Mahar, in the 175, currently running in, looks like, 14th position overall right now.
Yeah, and he is on the lead lap. So of our three numbered guys.
And we're about to go green here, so we're going to hold it up here. So pace car is already down pit road. Cornelius takes the inside agreement this time around. Green flag back in the air here at Martinsville. And coming down, Patrick Milligan off to a huge start, coming through one right now. Cornelius, though, is going to shut it down and hold it side by side as they come out of 1 and 2 here. Milligan trying to make another run on the outside. Is he going to be successful this time? By not just yet. Coming out of 3 and 4 right now, side by side, door to door. Smacking fenders, actually, as they were coming across the start-finish line that time here. Milligan, though, looks like he is going to successfully have the spot, but Cornelius is going to take it away from him on the inside, coming out of 2.
Milligan got tight, almost lost second, but now he looks to the inside, almost puts a bumper on Cornelius. This is crazy, Wayne.
Man, I'll tell you what, this is some beautiful racing right now. And it always seems like it really gets to that point right as we come back to green flag racing here. And again, inside single file now as we come back through the back straightaway here at Martinsville. 3 and 4 now. They're coming through the corners here. Cornelius still holding a good line, but Milligan gets right up on the rear, and he makes it well known that he is there and ready to take position.
And it looks like Cornelius may be getting a little squirrely here as he gets on the gas coming out of the turns, but he's still fast.
He was getting a little bit of squirrely. There was some rear tire smoke that come off of the car last time around through 3 and 4 there. So, and usually what that's indicative of, for those that may not be aware of actual NASCAR or sims, that tells us that a driver is getting hard on the brakes coming through the corner there.
Definitely. And you got to watch that because that'll bite you here at Martinsville, the way these cars are set up today, because you will get thrown straight into the outside retaining wall.
That you will indeed. And one other thing, too. Now, sadly, we can't see it because of a sim, but if this were actual NASCAR, if you look on the inside of the tires, on actual broadcasts, you can see where they show what those brake pads are doing, and I guarantee you every time they're locking them up like that, those brake pads are glowing lava red. They are screaming to be cooled off.
That's right. And in the real life racing, you have to worry about the tire beads blowing out because of the heat, but I don't know if that's the case here in iRacing. I don't know if they've modeled that, but this is a 2-car breakaway here just by a bit. That's going to be Cornelius and Milligan up front.
Actually, not by much, though. Shepard coming up right at through 3 and 4 here, and he pancakes the wall just a little bit. A couple of sparks flying off that car there, and he's probably, I'd say, right at about a full car length behind. Now, actually, as they come through the back straightaway, it comes to about 2, maybe 3 car lengths. But when he gets into those corners, though, Shepard is starting to knock on the back door of Patrick Milligan.
Going back to 7th place, we got Ed Adams and Rupert fighting for the 6th and 7th place, and it looks like Adams is fixing to get pissed again because Rupert is not giving him anything, and it looks like he got past Rupert there, but he had to burn his tires up in order to do so. Yeah,
he definitely had to burn the tires up a little bit to do so, but I'll tell you what, one thing we've learned about Ed Adams over the last couple of weeks is he's a no BS kind of guy, so if he wants to get by you, he'll let you know.
That's right. His in Adams' sight's going to be the number 99 to 50 watts in the 5th place. So, like we said, don't count Adams out.
Nope, don't count him out. One thing I'm looking at here with Mike Watts' car is, and his nickname 50 Watts, by the way, guys. I don't know. We still haven't figured out how Steve came up with that one yet because, I mean, for God's sakes, he drives the 99. How do you get 50? out of 99. But either which way, one thing I've noticed about Mike Watts' car, though, is Andy, is he is getting a lot of rear tire smoke coming off these corners here, which is giving Adams the chance to get right up on his rear bumper, and he's already saying, "Hi, honey, I am home."
Yes, and he's not too far away from being in the hunt here, as he's right on the back of 50 Watts. And, you know, Mike, he's got to be unnerved because Adams, as you could tell the last time we spoke to him, Wayne, is pissed.
Oh, he is definitely not happy, especially after some of those last couple of cautions that sent him back in the back to get after getting a little bit of repair done on his on the damage on the front, right front. Actually, I do believe is where most of the contact was made on his car. So, you know, that little bit of repair, even though it's optional in most cases, that's still about a 30-second repair. And a caution lap here at Martinsville takes roughly about 45 seconds. So if you've got 30 seconds of repair on top of already having to make probably about 10 to 15 seconds around pit road based on where your pit stall is, you're easily going to be that lap down if you're not careful. So he probably didn't get much repairs, but wanted to make sure he's still out here in competition.
But he did get past Mike Watts, man, and he is starting to bang on the door of the, I do believe that's going to be...
That's Eddie Jones.
Yes.
Yeah, he is banging on the front door of Raging Cajun Eddie Jones. And, you know what, I'm almost wondering if he's from New Orleans. What do you think?
I don't know. You gotta be from Louisiana or something.
That's what I'm thinking. Either New Orleans, where they get Cajun all the time, or probably from somewhere else down there in good old Louisiana.
Yeah, that's right. And talking about the Cajun, man, he is starting to put some, putting a little bit of bumper here on front of him is going to be.
He's starting to put a little bit of that pepper on Ben Shepherd in the 69.
That's right. And Shepherd, man, he's been showing his stuff the last few weeks.
Ben Shepherd, definitely no surprise. And I mean, we talk about him a lot in Burning Rubber Radio on Tuesday nights, especially in the Wednesday night Truck Series sponsored by Burning Rubber Radio. And he's been on a tear as of late, both in the Truck Series and in the Metro Ford Cup Series on Sundays.
That's right. And he's a good race car driver. He's patient. He saves his equipment for when it needs to be saved for and for the end. And, you know, hats off to him. He does a good job.
He definitely does do a lot of good work here, and still following Patrick Milligan as well here in the second position.
There goes Adams into the fourth position.
Let's see. Yep, we got Adams going into fourth right now, coming through 3 and 4 here, and 1, 2, and 3. Pretty much a nice, good single file breakaway here. But Adams is going to start knocking on the rear door of Shepherd probably here. I'd say in about another half a lap, maybe.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. He's got a fast hot rod out there right now. And, you know, the top three, they're just riding right now. First place, Cornelius. Second, Milligan. And third, Ben Shepherd.
Yep, these guys are definitely just kind of cruising on around here. And all facts considered, Andy, we're well past halfway now. We're at lap 105 of the scheduled 180 lap distance here so far.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have enough cars left to make that 180 laps the way things are going.
Well, at this point, I'm thinking we might do something here, but it looks like, based on what I'm seeing here, it looks like Ken Schultz now is going to go a lap down to Kevin Cornelius.
Being that he's 18 laps down, that makes 19.
No, 19 laps. Well, timing and scoring does not love me tonight. I don't know what I did to mess with race control last week, but they don't like me today for some reason.
Yeah, I know. It looks like Shepherd left, not Shepherd, that's going to be Schultz, left the front end of his car back in the pit area.
Well, again, all the damage that he took from that one incident, his front end was pretty well beat up. They had, from what somebody down on pit road told me, they actually had to give him a whole new motor in the process too.
Wow. Just to update, Peter Norquay, Keener, Charles Eaton, and Terry Casey Atwood have all disconnected.
Well, knowing that those guys have disconnected, that's going to end their nights here. So I'll tell you what, while we got a chance here, let's go ahead and run down your top 20 as they sit right now. Kevin Cornelius, Patrick Milligan, your top 2. Ben Shepherd, Ed Adams running 3rd and 4th. Raging Cajun Eddie Jones in 5th. Fitty, Mike Watts.
Not for long. Look at who's battling for 3rd, and it is in 3rd place right now.
Ed Adams coming 42. Around for 3rd. Look at that. All right, so let's go ahead and flip-flop that then here. Ed Adams. I almost called him Eddie Adams. Oh my God. Ed Adams going to take third. Ben Shepard fourth. Raging Cajun Eddie Jones in fifth. Mike Fitty-Watts in sixth. Kevin Rupert the Bandit back in seventh. We're going to see Joel Tex Kilburn in eighth. Troy Boy Toy Torgerson in ninth. Josh Mayu running in 10th.
And you only go back to 15th, and that's going to be Joseph Mahar. And he is the last person on the lead lap.
Currently the last person on the lead lap, John Mankowski right there in front of him in 14th. Then 13th, Doug Hess. Thomas Allman, who got involved in a little bit of an incident earlier on, he is all the way back in 12th. Jim Westerfield running in 11th right now. Josh Mayu rounding out the top 10. All right, so lap 111 now in the books here. And again, yeah, these guys in the top 3, top 4, they are just kind of just cruising on along here, not going to get too involved in anything if they don't have to. But Patrick Milligan, though, he is still trying to knock on that back door of Kevin Cornelius.
He is, and guess who he brought into the party? That number 42, Ed Larson's right there.
Ed Adams right there. He gets right up on the back door of Patrick as they come through the turns. However, getting into those straightaways, though, it seems like Patrick and Cornelius are able to pull away from him by about 2 to 3 car lengths again. And so it's not really what you'd say close racing just yet, but it is close enough that it counts.
Yep, close enough that it counts, because these guys, we're going to start, I guess we got about another 20 to 30 laps before they start getting up on the wheel. But we're going to start seeing pit stops before too long, Wayne.
Yeah, we'll probably start seeing green flag pit stops here. I'd guesstimate. Last round of pit stops was back at the caution on lap 67. So at this point, we've already turned about 40, almost 50 laps green flag since that last pit stop. So, yeah, probably about 10 laps or so. We should start to see these guys come in now and make something happen. Probably, about 10 laps, about lap 125, 130.
You know who really wants to see our yellow flag right now, and that is the number 42 of Ed Adams. Man, he has had to burn up his tires in order to get back up to the front after doing that self-imposed drive-through penalty when he dumped the 18. So right now, his tires have got to be screaming, and he would love to see a yellow flag.
Not just his tires, but again, we talked about it earlier, those brake pads, I guarantee you, those things are so hot, so red right now that if he's not careful, we're going to start seeing a lot more than tire smoke coming from the rear of that 42.
Yeah, we are. Oh, my gosh, you better watch out. And don't want to see him hit the wall, because if those brakes give up the ghost and those tires are really worn, and I think that our leader, Kevin Cornelius, is starting to be a victim of worn tires. Because it looks like Milligan right now is getting right up underneath them here as we enter the turn.
He is definitely trying to peek to the inside here, and Ed Adams, I think Milligan may also be fearing it a little bit as well, because you're seeing Larson. We talked about it just about a lap or two ago, where Milligan would get out to about a 2 to 3 car second lead against him there, but at the same right now that those tires are starting to use up a little bit, we're starting to see Ed Adams catch up quite a bit to these front 2 cars.
Yeah, oh my gosh, you're going through lap traffic right now, trying to get around Chris Scales and that number 8 car, iRacers Lounge, matter of fact, in the way. So as he tries to keep out of the way, coming down the front stretch.
Yep, and he made a little bit of contact with that outside wall to make sure he didn't have any contact with our leaders here. So that is good, clean racing. Ken Schultz going another lap down here, 20 laps in the books down now for poor old Commandant.
That's right. Now, real quick, I'm going to give a shout out to iRacers Lounge and Chris Scales. Of course, they have their own show. We got Burning Rubber Radio, and I'd like to say we're on the same team here in OBRL. So, folks, that's another show. If you would like to hear a great podcast, go check out iRacersLounge.com.
Yep, and they are available on iTunes, Spotify, pretty much just about everywhere the Burning Rubber is, except for PMN2.com.
I like that one. Oh my gosh.
Hey, you forget. You're talking to the guy who's done imaging work for a long time.
Yeah, I guess so there.
Oh, but trust me, I know guys who are a lot more professional about it than I am. I'm just saying. Oh, either way, though, back and looking at the battle here as we're coming around here, lap 123. And we're still seeing the top 3 there. Those tires, they're starting to get a lot more worn here Patrick Milligan. We're starting to see some green flag pit stops. It looks like I've got one I just saw come down pit road there on the front stretch here. But yeah, these guys are starting to show signs of these tires getting worn out pretty quick.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of heat, a lot of stress on these things. And keep in mind, they're not only racing each other, but they're having to start to weave and wobble or whatever you want to call it, trying to get through lap traffic. So that puts some stress on them too.
That, and I'm thinking Ed Adams' tires might be just about shot here, Andy, because I saw him doing a good old little wobble weave just by himself coming out of 3 and 4 last time by.
Yeah, guaranteed, man. He's like, please, yellow flag. To the yellow flag gods, we need one.
Oh, we might just have to have a what are those called? Competition cautions.
Yeah, a NASCAR competition caution. Ooh, Milligan gets sideways coming out of 2, and that allows Adams to get right up on his bumper.
Yeah, he got right up on him, actually down to the inside, coming out of 4 now. Are we going to see Ed Adams make a pass on Milligan, possibly, as they come into 1? He is going to complete the pass right now. Still side by side, though, as they come out of 2. Larson Adams is going to take over second now.
Oh, my gosh, and he uses the number 87 of Brian Glass as a pit car to pull off that pass.
He pulled it off and then some, Andy, and you know what? He's got Cornelius in his sights right now as they come through 1 and 2 now in towards the back straightaway. Actually, no, front straightaway. And actually, no, correction, back straightaway. My God, Martinsville, get your paperclip together.
Man, wait until the race is done before you start drinking, Wayne.
I haven't started drinking yet.
Also, again, man, I can't see anything out there because I don't have it up here, but is there anyone out there watching live still, Wayne?
Oh, yeah, we've still got quite a few people hanging out with us here. We've got Travis Trevelyan, actually, hanging out in the OBRL chat.
Travis Trevelyan, man, it's good to see him. He's running the Burning Rubber radio car and street stocks now, and I got to get with him because I want to try to bring him on and to the Burning Rubber Radio racing team that I may be putting together here for some of our rooks.
Oh, dear God, I'm scared. any kind of team that involves Andy DeLay, be careful. IPL King over here. Looks like we've had Haley Mahar, excuse me. She's been hanging out with us. Matt Raines has been hanging out with us here, and he is pulling for Kevin Rupert, the Bandit, right now. And our lovely little Princess Crystal still hanging out with us as well, too.
Princess, it's nice to see you. Hats off to Travis Trevelyan. He is a sergeant with the Laurel County Corrections in Kentucky, and he helps run the show out there and does a big service for the community. And thank you very much for what you do, Travis.
Most definitely. And all right, looking back at Ed Larson Adams here in second, Andy, he is starting to close in on that rear bumper of Cornelius and actually almost takes a peek to the inside coming out of 2. Not able to complete it, though, and he gets that little wiggle wobble there in the back straightaway, though, trying to keep those tires a little bit cooler than he'd like. And now coming out of 3 and 4 here, we're going to see a pass up now, lap 134. Does Ed Larson, though, does he have anything left in those tires for Kevin Cornelius? I don't think so.
I don't know if Cornelius has anything left, man. He's getting sweated hard. It's Adams almost
a little squirrely. Larson gets a little squirrely coming out of 3 and 4 there. Cornelius even got a little sideways there. That didn't help him. Larson going to the inside now. Turn number 1. Are we going to see a pass for the lead? We are indeed. Ed Adams going to complete the pass, but Cornelius still side by side into 3. Nope, not now. Larson Adams back up front.
That's right, because Milligan said, hey, I'll take the inside there, and he does look on the inside, trying to shuffle. He's trying to shuffle Cornelius back to 3rd, and they're side by side for 2nd.
They are side by side. Milligan's going to take the spot, though. That's going to shuffle Cornelius all the way back to 3rd place. And it looks like Ben Shepard, though, in that 69, Andy, he is coming inside as well. Those tires, honestly, on that 17 car, they are gone at this point.
Yeah, they're done. He's all the way back to 4th place. Put Ed Adams back in 1st place, and he's starting to pull away again. He has the car to beat here at Martinsville.
Right now he does, and probably...
Oh, our leader ducks in for green pad. Excuse me, not our leader. That's going to be Kevin Cornelius ducks in for a green flag stop.
I think he finally decided, yep, those tires are indeed all used up. It's time to come down pit road here. So knowing that we're on lap 138 now, it's actually past the window that I was expecting to see most of these guys coming down here. So we're less than 50 laps to go here. I can almost assure, if they're smart, these guys are going to come down and make one more round of green flag pit stops here before the end of this thing.
And our top three here, their tires are gone. As you can see, they're spreading out a little bit. But they're waiting for the other guy to blink right now. Who's going to be the first one? And they're praying that it's Adams to go down pit road.
I guarantee you. Now, you know what's funny? Adams was praying for a caution a little bit ago, but now that he's out in the front door, he's like, okay, Patrick, go. Ben, go. Somebody else, go.
Yeah, right here. This is good. But I tell you what, Ben Shepherd's starting to fall off, and he takes the pit.
Going in for pit road. All right, so that's going to see Ben Shepherd come in, and he's going to lose his spot there. So still 1 and 2 right now. Ed Larson Adams and Patrick Milligan coming through 1 and 2 right now here. And again, green flag pit stop still cycling through. But I'm curious, when are we going to see these two leaders make their pit stops? It's literally a dare right now as to who is going to make that move.
And I tell you, man, these guys the fall off on the tires is going to be big here. So the guys that have just got tires, they're going to be able to make up a lot of ground, especially, while our leaders are in the pits. And it looks like Milligan's taking.
Yep, Patrick's going to come down. Patrick's coming down. Bruce Pearson's coming down. So that leaves Ed Adams out by himself now, Andy, on those used tires. Those tires every bit of almost 70 laps old at this point. He is going to have to come down and get service eventually.
He ain't even acting like it right now. He's still out there.
You know what this reminds me of? The funny thing is, and as much as I like Ed Adams, he reminds me a lot of Lightning McQueen from Cars. It's like, man, I can do this. I can make my tires last the whole race. And by the time he comes out of 4 across the start-finish line, kaboom.
And if you look at that number 98,
here he comes, pit stalls.
Almost takes out the cone on the brakes into the pits.
Yep, Ed Adams finally coming down to see pit road service here, and I guarantee you, his crew chief probably screaming at him a little bit like, hey, you idiot, why didn't you come down sooner?
Yeah, and that's going to shuffle the lead around to Rupert.
That is going to leave Kevin Rupert in the front door right now, but we're going to have to wait until everything cycles back around because everybody else, except for Ed Adams, had already taken their green flag pit stops.
And is Adams going to pay the price because of the fall off of the tires, Wayne?
I have a real bad feeling he is going to definitely take something here. Actually, you know what? Correction, I might be wrong. Rupert Westerfield, they might not have taken their pit stops just yet because it looks like everybody else is still cycling back around here. And so Ed Adams definitely was not the last one going on green flag pit stops.
And Adams comes out right in front of Shepherd. Oh my gosh. And here's the battle. It's just Shepherd. Cornelius, Adams, and Shepherd are right back at it within a car length.
Every bit of a car length back here, and we're looking now. Ben Shepherd trying to make an inside pass on Ed Adams right now. Coming out of turn number 4 across the start-finish line. Larson says, nope, not this time. I got fresh tires, buddy. I'm holding you for a little bit.
Yeah, but, we still got to go back up here, and Rupert and Westerfield, they're at least about a half a lap out in front. I don't know if these guys are off the pit cycle or what, but they're still turning laps, and they're not getting run down as of yet.
No, they're not getting run down as of yet here, but I am kind of curious to know, have they taken their green flag pit stops? I haven't seen race control hasn't said anything that they've been in there yet, and from listening to spotter radio too, nobody's come down pit road just yet that I'm aware of.
Nope, and Westerfield is 7 seconds behind Rupert, but Rupert, I can see the fall off. As you can see, everybody's getting around him and putting him way down. So Rupert's going to have to come in for tires.
And from the sound of it here, and looking through chat here, Andy, Matt Raines, I don't know if he's spotting for our buddy there, Kevin Rupert, but from what it sounds like, needing a caution, he is definitely not coming for service yet.
Nope, and there goes the 42. That's Ed Adams. Gets past the number 12 here of Rupert.
So he'll have his lap back, and he'll be on the tail end of the longest line now in third position as it sits, coming across, actually fourth position. And there goes Shepard. Almost makes contact with Rupert coming back there. Patrick Milligan now coming across as well here, too. And there goes Rupert. He's coming in for his scheduled pit stop.
He's calling Uncle. But, folks, right now we only got 4 cars on the lead lap.
Yeah, 4 cars in the lead lap, but they're all going to cycle back around here as we get ready to make things happen. Yep.
And we're going back to 8 on the lead, 9, 10.
Yeah, most everybody's going to be back on the lead lap now that leaders are cycling through their pit stops here. Cornelius, though, we're still watching him right now in the third position here as it sits. Ed Larson Adams, though, in fourth place, and he's not really doing any moves right now. But Douglas Hess, though, kind of playing a block car to Kevin Cornelius there, not necessarily for position, but he's making it a little difficult on him to get by now.
That's for sure. As I'm trying to figure things out here. But
boy, Andy trying to figure things out. I knew I smelled smoke. And it wasn't the brake smoke from the track either.
Yeah, you're right. All right, there we go. We're back with Thomas. Well, excuse me.
He was with Thomas Allman, it sounds like, in the number 2 machine, but still keeping a roll around things here, looking at things. Kevin Rupert, though, now that he's back out, it looks like he's going to settle out in 11th place, Andy. And I wonder how smart of a move it actually was to go ahead and make that green flag pit stop this late in the race with barely 30 to go.
I don't know, but Westerfield, he's got a 7.5 second lead, and it doesn't look like it's shrinking that much yet. We'll find out after this lap. 7.5. Oh, here we go.
On the Speedway. All right, so let's see who got yanked around. Oh, wait a minute. Uh-oh. I think we might have had Adams in an accident, Andy.
Oh, boy.
Let's see here, because he has got some right rear damage. Yep, that is indeed. Oh, no. My goodness. Okay, so looking at it here, and we were talking about it just a little bit ago, Douglas Hess coming off of, looks like he's coming into 3. Is he on 3? Yeah. Coming through the back straightaway now, coming into turn number 3 here, looking at the replay. Douglas Hess gets a little squirrely here. Cornelius is like, I've had enough of you. You're gone. And then at that point, he also gets turned around, and Ed Adams suffers a little bit of a ding with that one as well, too, here. Who gets in the back rear of him? So that's going to give Cornelius damage. That's going to give Larson damage. And we're also going to see who else is that. Looks like Ben Shepard in the 69. All 3 of our top front runners, Andy, now have damaged vehicles with barely 30 laps to go.
Welcome to Martinsville.
And I guarantee you that's going to be a few incident points for everybody at this point here now. So we're going to let the leaders cycle back around. We're going to let everybody catch up here. We're going to take 30 seconds, and we'll be back with the rest of the race. Green flag coverage once we drop it back here on OBRL. All right, we're back here at OBRL's live coverage of the Metro Ford Grand National Series. Wayne Owens alongside Andy DeLay. And Andy, we just saw Ben Shepard and looks like Kevin Cornelius both come down for pit service that time by to repair some damage on their vehicles. So apparently it was a little bit more severe than was led on, though. Ed Adams did manage to stay out here. So I'll tell you what, let's see if we can potentially get a hold of that number 17 machine here. And where is Kevin Cornelius on the radio? I do believe we've got him here. Yes,
Kill
my
'em.
singing's horrible. Shut up. Hey, Kevin Cornelius, Wayne and Andy in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear.
All right. So last accident there coming up did a little damage to the front end. How's your car looking for the rest of the race?
Yeah, I don't know. It kind of put us in a bit of a bad spot here. I can't see the front of the car, so I don't know how bad it is. Maybe you can.
Oh man, you're scaring me here. Okay, well, nope. Actually,
They're
they
going
got
green.
they got you repaired, buddy. So you're looking good.
See if we can't drive her back here to top 10 anyway.
All right, my man. Well, we'll let you get back to it here. Kevin Cornelius, ladies and gentlemen, that last accident was definitely not good. But our leader coming to green this time by Kevin Cornelius. Ben Shepherd's going to be on the outside, 1 and 2, as we get ready to drop the hammer on another green flag, Andy. Green is in the air.
Good.
Ben
This is going
Shepherd
to be
off to a
good.
really good start, but he's not going to be able to complete the pass on Larson Adams as they come out of 2. Ed Adams going to hold the top spot.
Yes, and it puts on the outside. That's going to be Shepherd on the outside. And I tell you what, looks like our Champo Milligan, Patrick Milligan, tried to put a bumper in there, but they fall back in nose to tail.
Yep, they are nose to tail coming back out through 3 and 4. Actually, excuse me. Yep, 1 and 2. Boy, again, this paperclip has got me all thought confused. Hello. I love Martinsville. I love it. You can tell it. Ed Adams, even with the right rear damage, Andy, is still holding up really good, holding up that top spot here. But the damage repair that Ben Shepherd had, I almost have to wonder now, as we're coming across here with 15 to go this time by, if we're going to potentially see Ben Shepherd make another pass and attempt for the lead.
He better start getting up on that wheel if he is, because I told you that damage ain't gonna mean nothing here at Martinsville. As long as the wheels roll and the tires are straight, they're going for it ain't even gonna phase them.
Well, I guarantee it won't phase initially, but there's going to be a chance for something to potentially happen a little later on as we come through here. And we've got 24 to go this time by. Lap 167 now underway here as they're coming through the back straightaway 1 and 2 here. And not really seeing much else here. These guys pretty well broken off the top 3 once again. But we're seeing Eddie Raging Cajun Jones trying to make a push up here, Andy. But coming off of 3 and 4 here, that net code got him, and he hung up a little bit.
Yep, and looks like Jones is going to really try to throw his hat into the mix. He's only got about 2 cars back here, but he ain't moving forward anymore, Wayne.
No, and 50 watts, looks like good old Mike. He's hanging back there in about the 5th place. Joel Tex Kilburn is looking pretty good, solid back in 6th place, but again, the break-off is just so much difference. There might be probably about a second and a half difference all the way back from 1st to 6th, but single file, these guys aren't really battling all that much. They're going to probably they're literally going to wait now until 10 to go, which is going to be next time by.
Next time by, here we are. Lap 170 is what they're working. And our leader, Ed Larson Adams, he's got about 2 to 3 cars here on the 2nd place of Ben Shepherd and the 3rd place of Patrick
And to the
Milligan.
inside, Patrick Milligan tried to make a pass for 2nd there that time by, coming off 3 and 4. He was not able to get it that time around, though. Coming across the start-finish line here. Now we officially have 10 laps to go.
And the big battle is for 2nd right now. We've got Patrick Milligan right up underneath Ben Shepherd in the turns. Something's going to have to give here soon, Wayne.
Eventually something's going to give here, because with 10 to go, now is the time where if you've got something under that hood, you better be pushing it. And it's no doubt about it here. 9 to go right now as they're coming through the back straightaway here. 8.5 as we come through the back straightaway now into turns 3 and 4 here. Milligan, he still looks to the inside, now trying to peek to the outside of Ben Shepherd as they come through 3 and 4 here. But Shepherd is able to get a nice little breakaway, about a half a car length. But we're still seeing Ed Adams up there in that 42. He's now out to about a 2-car length lead over Shepherd.
That's right. Is Patrick Milligan trying to set up Ben Shepherd for a bump and run, maybe?
Either a bump and run or one hell of a crossover, one of the two. Because again, he's looking outside, looking inside. We can't really determine what kind of maneuver Milligan's going to make just yet as we're coming through the back straightaway now, Andy. 5.5 to go this time by.
And our leader, Ed Adams, still putting about 3 to 4 car lengths on the battle for second between Ben Shepherd and Patrick Milligan.
Yep, the more they battle, the further he is going to pull further away. And you're right. Right now, sitting comfortably, probably, I'd say, about 2 to 3 car lengths when they come to the corners. Now to the inside, Milligan once again trying for second, coming into the corner here. And again, Shepard's going to cut him off.
Yeah, Ben Shepherd keeps shutting the door. Milligan has to be getting a little pissed right now. It's time. If he's going to do it, now it's the time.
Now's the time. He's going to have to make a move either in the back straightaway and really cut down to the inside before they hit that corner, or it's not going to work for him. We've already started to notice that in some of these passes and some of the wrecks earlier today as well, too. And now as we come across the stripe here, Andy, we have 4 laps to go.
4 laps to go. And again, Adams putting more space between him and the second place of Shepherd and the third of Milligan, who are nose to tail battling it out. There's still about 7 to 10 cars between them and the 4th place of Ed Jones.
Yep, the first to third, they've put a nice little dent into a breakaway against guys here. And Judge Joe Brown hanging out with us as well. He's also a competitor as well. Hey, Joe, hopefully you're doing well tonight, buddy. And we'll probably be talking to you here very, very soon as well. And coming around turns 3 and 4 right now, Andy, we now have 2 laps to go. 3 laps to go this time by.
Yep, 3 or 2, I think.
Nope, yep, 2 laps to go this time by. Okay, again, race control yelling at me. They're not being too nice tonight. They hate me for some reason.
And here comes the white flag.
White flag is going to be displayed this time by here, and we're going to see how this all plays out. Can anybody give Ed Larson Adams anything for a run for his money here? I don't think they're going to do it. Coming through the back straightaway, Larson has got this one sealed in the books unless something seriously goes wrong. Coming out of turns 3 and 4 right now, and Ed Larson Adams going to cross the stripe. Your winner at the Metro Ford Grand National Race at Martinsville Speedway.
Ben Shepherd second, and it's Patrick Milligan in third.
Man, I'll tell you what, that was a beautiful top 3 run there. Those guys had one hell of a final battle as they were coming back around those last 10 laps, and there is no doubt about it. I think, had we had probably about 5 or 6 more laps, we very well could have seen a pass for second from those 2 guys.
That's right, as they're out there lining up for the photo shoot right now.
Yep, lining up for the photo shoot and the podium here. We're going to run down your top 10 as they sit through the end of the race here. Again, Ed Larson Adams, your winner. Ben Shepherd in second. Patrick Milligan third. Eddie Raging Cajun Jones in fourth. Mike Fitty Watts in fifth. Jim Westerfield sixth. Kevin the Bandit Rupert in seventh. Joel Tex Kilburn in eighth. Troy Boy Toy Torgerson finishes in ninth. And Josh Mayu rounds out your top 10. We're going to take 30 seconds, guys. We're going to get all of our winners up here in the broadcast circle with us. We're going to talk to them, and we're going to see pretty much what they thought of this race, because it was definitely nothing short of interesting. We're going to be back in 60 seconds on OBRL, the Old Bastards Racing League. All right, ladies and gentlemen, back here at the Old Bastards Racing League in the Martinsville Speedway. Just concluded the Metro Ford Grand National 180 lapper, and I'll tell you what a hell of an interesting finish here tonight. And we have right now our winner, Ed Larson Adams. Ed, man, we've talked to you a few times tonight, buddy. First couple of times, it didn't look like it was going to be too promising after some damage that you had there, but now coming home in victory circle tonight, buddy. How's it feel?
Oh man, champagne's flying, and it's great because I need a shower. Woo! Let me tell you what. Didn't know if that one was going to go the way I wanted to, but the King's Hawaiian car just was effortless through the corners. all night long, and that never give up attitude, man. I'm really stoked we charged our way back up.
Well, I'll tell you what, buddy, you had one hell of a race, and I'll tell you what, seeing it turn out the way it was there, and especially at the end, right there, Ben looked like he might have had something for you at about 15 to go, but once we got down to around 5 to 10 to go, though, you just kept pulling out about 3 to 4 car lengths on him. It just felt like he couldn't catch up since he was battling with Patrick the whole time.
Yeah, I was honestly worried about Ben in my mirror. When the 17 got into the lapper, and I feel bad for the 17. Trust me, I know how that one felt. I got some damage, and I looked in my mirror and seen his nose was clean, and that was a big uh-oh. And I didn't know how good his car was going to be on that last run. And then I started to overdrive it a little bit and had to back myself down.
You know, it was funny, too, because up here in the broadcast booth, he had us take a look at his car on the replay monitor just to see what the crew actually did to fix the damage. And luckily, from what we could tell, yeah, you're right. He had no damage on the nose of the car, which I think did him a few favors, honestly. But either way, though, Ed coming home with the victory tonight here in the Metro Ford Grand National Series. Buddy, congratulations. We're going to let you go celebrate.
All right, guys. Appreciate it, and keep up the good work up there in the broadcast booth. We'll see you next.
Definitely, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Ed Adams, your winner here tonight. The Metro Ford Grand National Series. Andy's down there in pit road with our second place, Ben Shepard.
Ben Shepard, you put on a heck of a show here, and especially you and Patrick Milligan there at the end. I tell you, man, tell us a little about what you thought there at the end.
Oh, Ed's tough, man. He knows how to drive this track. My car, I got into the wall at 30 or 40 a little bit out of one of the corners, and I don't know if it got me a little tighter, so it just didn't seem like it turned enough, but that's racing, and hats off to Ed. He's just amazing at Martinsville. Champo Milligan, looks like he had something for me. He was just being nice. I think he could have probably got into me and got second, but it's not worth it when you know that old Ed Adams has it in the bag. So great race all around, a lot of fun.
Yeah, it did look like at the end there, I was kind of wondering there if Patrick was going to put a bumper to you there, especially in turn 4 with 3 to go.
Yeah, but that's that's the old bastard racing. Like we pride ourselves on some clean racing, and I wouldn't mind if he did. I wouldn't have blamed him one bit, because I think I probably even held him up a little bit. But great racing all around. And then Kevin, he had some bad luck there. He was strong all the race, and so this is a tough racetrack. It really tests you. So this is my best short track finish with these fellas. So I'm really proud of the second place finish.
All right, before you go celebrate, tell us who makes it happen for you.
Oh, family and friends, as always. My pops, Mark Shepard, Val, my wife, everyone watching. Race engineer Eric Engstrom, guy that supplies the beer, Travis Wong, and then, of course, Anheuser-Busch with the Budweiser car. Thanks to Ken Huff and a great...
All right, well, go have a good time. Back up to you, Wayne.
All right. Well, and sadly, we were going to try and get Patrick Milligan. He kind of ripped the radio off and said, "You know what? I need a break real quick." So, knowing that Patrick's not around to talk to him for a third place finish here, guys, we're going to get ready to wrap up our coverage here at Martinsville this week. And again, one hell of a fantastic race. There were quite a few wreckers and checkers on this one, but it came down to a really good, clean and green race as we expect in the Old Bastards Racing League here. Ed Larson Adams taking home the win by about 4 car lengths over number 69 Ben Shepard, and Patrick Milligan literally not even a half a second off of Shepard's back door in third. For Andy DeLay, for all of the awesome people here at the Old Bastards Racing League, Steve Thompson, one of the lead admins, I'm Wayne Owens. And until next Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, here on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, wherever you guys find us at, have a great night, stay safe, and we'll see you again soon.
Burning rubber, baby.